What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more r/entitled parents for you. Entitled parent forces her son on his birthday to do a painting just like her, then ruins it and makes him start over. Backstory. For my 12th birthday, I went to an art place to paint the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. This place usually serves alcohol during sessions, but there is a family-friendly room in the back for lessons with people under 21. I walk into the place and the receptionist takes us to the family-friendly room where the session was. The entire session is family-friendly, no split classes here. I pick a canvas and sit down next to my mum because she was painting too. The canvas had a light sketch of the Cheshire Cat on it already. I wait a few minutes because we got there early, and in walks Karen and a sad kid. I forgot how old he was, probably 8 to 10. Now the sad kid is pretty happy right now, but sadly folks, that will change in about 3 hours. They both take the canvases across from us and sit down. A few more minutes pass and everyone is here, about 12 people, and the class starts. The instructor tells us all the basic things about the paint, but another thing you need to remember is that the black paint is irreversible. That is also important. The instructor told us to paint the background first and try to keep the inside of the sketch clear of paint until later for the best results. So I start to paint the background. It was red on the bottom, fading to a yellow on the top. Karen, though, starts to paint the cat first. Her sad kid starts to paint the background as instructed, but Karen decided that, "You are my son and you have to do the same as me." She made him put his paintbrush down and take a timeout. Who in their right mind? I mean, come on. The instructor heard Karen yelling at him and came over. The conversation came as followed. "Is everything okay here?" "Yes, everything is just fine. He just isn't listening to me, that's all." Now I'm trying to mind my own business at this point, but I'm kinda looking at them. Karen gives me a dirty look. "What are you looking at? Mind your own business." I had and still do have social issues and can't deal with stuff like this. "I'm sorry, Mom." The instructor then says to Karen, "Please calm down. There is no right or wrong in painting. Everyone does things differently." He hands SK his paintbrush. "Thank you." But Karen takes the paintbrush again. "No, he's in timeout until he can learn to listen to me." "I'm sorry, but if you carry on like this, Mom, you're gonna have to leave. You are disturbing the other painters." "Fine." Probably thinking about how she paid for this lesson, she slides the paintbrush to her sad kid. About an hour passes and some people have finished their background. Karen has finished her cat now too. The instructor tells us what to do for the cat for the best results. Paint color first, then do the black outline. It keeps you from messing up right away with the black. We start to do that and the sad kid has picked a perfect color scheme. It goes amazingly with the backgrounds, important later, trust me. Whereas Karen, on the other hand, chose clashing colors. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, she just might like it like that, but it's not something you would want to hang up in a house. I feel like that was a perfectly backhanded compliment. Karen is huffing and is being very open to her being jealous of her son's skills. Another half hour goes by and almost everybody is done with their coloring. The instructor tells us how to do the black outline. We have to be very precise about it. The sad kid is doing it and doing it well, but then Karen can't take it anymore. She dips her paintbrush in black paint, yells out, and starts scribbling all over his hours worth of hard work, ruining it. Everyone was in shock. The instructor comes over and loses his mind. Karen does the same, and random person 1 and random person 2 have to break it up because they started to full on scream. Then Karen had the actual nerve to hug her son and say, "I'm so sorry the instructor is being this nasty to you on your birthday. The audacity." Okay, I'm not even done. The sad kid yells out, "No, you're the one ruining my birthday." Everyone goes quiet. It seriously felt like something out of a drama movie. The sad kid bursts into tears. The instructor takes his canvas and gives him one of the spares. I am so glad they had some, and then sat next to him the entire rest of the class and helped him finish. Oh my gosh, I was just a bystander with only a little interaction, but that experience was awful. SK, if you somehow are reading this, then I wish you the best. And Karen, if you are somehow reading this, then screw you. Now, having your art ruined at all must be pretty horrible. Think about something that you spent hours on being completely destroyed. But when it's your own birthday and it's your own mother, you can't get a worse combination than that. From what you're saying, OP, it sounds as if this guy is actually pretty good at art, but maybe his mother is just totally jealous and doesn't want him doing well. Ugh, imagine being so petty that you're jealous of your own son, who's not even a teen yet. I can't really get over that. Anyway, moving on to our second story. Entitled kid tries to yeet me across a retail store. The entitled mum just laughs. A few weeks ago, I was out shopping with my mum at our local Target. Tarjay if you're nasty, I don't understand that, someone let me know in the comments. And like most people who enter Target on a Saturday, I immediately lost all track of time and space and ended up in the clearance clothes area. Minding my own business, looking for some sweet $12.47 cardigans, you know the drill. There is a family near me, 2 EMs, maybe an entitled aunt, and several entitled kids, about 9 to 12 years old, who I'm aware of because they are quite loud. Running, screeching, etc., whatever. Target and clearance cardigans get people excited. Heck, I'm excited, it's totally cool. Until I'm quietly browsing through the racks and a hand grabs my ankle. Now I'm the one doing the screeching, but of course it's one of the entitled kids. He's laughing, so proud of scaring me and his amazing joke. And because I'm generally a nice, pleasant gremlin, I laugh with him and make eye contact with EM1 in a sort of kids will be kids kind of way. Fast forward about 6 minutes later, when something large and the size of a 12-year-old slams into my back, grabs me hard around the waist from behind, and generally knocks the wind out of me. This is a problem for 2 reasons. The first being that I fell off my horse and was trampled by him 5 days ago. I ride horses competitively, hunter, jumpers if you're curious, and it wasn't his fault and he was very sorry. And this necessitated a ride in an ambulance, a fractured pelvis, and most importantly, the second problem, 4 very broken ribs. This happy excursion to Target was actually my first time out of the house in 5 days, and my first day without crutches, so I was moving pretty gingerly. It turns out that EK1 was apparently so emboldened by his hilarious grabbing the lady's ankle joke that he decided to get a running start and slam into me from the back, while simultaneously grabbing my waist and screeching. I'm horrified immediately in horrible lightning in front of your eyes style pain. It hurts so effing bad. I shoved the still laughing entitled kid off of me and looked straight at the entitled mother, who was standing no further than 3 feet in front of me while this was going on. She's laughing. EK1 is so cute and funny. I managed to scream, literally scream, "I have 4 broken ribs, don't touch me!" She does nothing. I'm struggling to keep standing upright at this point, and I start calling for my mum to come and help me. She's 60 and doesn't have super great hearing, but please don't tell her I told you. She rushes over. I managed to tell her what happened. We're both looking at the entitled mum and now the entitled aunt, expecting at best an apology or at worst just bare acknowledgement that something just happened, but nothing. The entitled mum and entitled aunt grab the EKs and bail. Meanwhile, I'm barely upright and having trouble breathing. My wonderful mum helps me out to the car. We go home empty-handed, no clearance cardigans, no Tupperware, no light bulbs, no peanut butter. And 4 hours later, I'm still in very bad shape, leading to another visit to the ER and the knowledge that my ribs were apparently fusing, but had been refracted very slightly. I just wanted a cardigan. Well, I'm sorry that you didn't get your cardigan. Look, you guys need to get those security tapes and probably press charges. They injured you and you did nothing wrong, and then they even booked it and left. When something bad like this happens, you might as well file a lawsuit and try to get some sort of money out of it. I don't know, that's what I think anyway. Drop me a comment below, what would you do if this happened to you and you were in OP's situation? I'll be interested to see what you guys think. Now this video is very kindly sponsored by Dashlane, which offers an easy and secure way of keeping yourself safe online. For me personally, the best thing about Dashlane is that you don't need to remember a password. With Dashlane autofill, it makes logging into any website so easy. You never have to remember a password ever again, just press login and you're in. It's as easy as that. Also, if you want to sign up to a new website that can be literally anything, Dashlane will get a crazy combination of characters, letters, numbers, asterisks, hashtags, whatever, and make you a 100% secure password. And then when you come to log in next time, you won't have to remember it, it will just be there, ready for you. Also, another thing that I use a lot of the time is their incredible VPN service. Now, not only does this keep you secure online, but it also means that you can access any content from around the world which would otherwise be blocked. So say you were at school where a lot of websites like social media are blocked, just turn the VPN on and you've got Facebook, WhatsApp, Netflix, whatever. It's that easy. So if that sounds interesting to you, download Dashlane today on Chrome, the App Store, or on Google Play. It works on all your devices and keeps you safe and having fun 24/7. Now, if you want to use it on your first device for absolutely nothing, like completely free, go to www.dashlane.com/Redditor. Then in future, if you want to use it on more than one device, which you probably will because it's very useful, use my code Redditor for 10% off for an entire year. Anyway, before this video ends, I thought I'd have a quick look over my subreddit at some of the good fan art that's been posted over the past few days. So we've got this first one from Norvoodoo. It's a really nice recreation of my logo, but I think the best part is at the bottom here. Meet Karen. I mean, just look at her. Divorced 3 times, has 3 hexspawns, has 2 DUIs, banned from every store in a 69-mile radius. That's a very specific radius. Anti-vax, 51 years old, disowned, and hates teenagers. Well, that is a pretty apt description if you ask me. And the other day, I also saw this fantastic post from Mina, an interesting username. Now, this is r/EntitledParents bingo to play in a video. So when you watch one of my videos and you hear one of these things said, cross it out. My kid deserves it. You don't need it anyways. EP lying to the police, security, well, we see that happen a lot, that's for sure. Angel, free, entitled kid being just as spoiled as the entitled parent, that does happen a lot. EP being a middle-aged Karen, yep. EP demanding expensive stuff for free, well, that happens all the time, and EP gets hit by karma. Now, that is something that doesn't happen as much as I'd like to. So I've left a link to this post in the description if you want to use it on this video or in future videos and see how much of the card you fill out. I think that'd be quite entertaining. And also, there's a link, like always, to my subreddit in the description of this video. So if you want to go over there, post art, post stories, whatever, you'll have a chance of being featured on the channel like these guys. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed. A massive thank you to Dashlane once again for sponsoring this video. They've been super supportive of me over the past few months, so I think it's fair that we go and show them some love as well. Remember, the link is in the pinned comment. With that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow with some more Reddit content.